The problem is that ultimately the plot is just so stupid, especially in the sport of F1. It just doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna do a little spoiler here. If you're an F1 fan, you're just gonna laugh at the premise of this film if you haven't seen it. But essentially, this guy ends up violating all of these regulations in order to help his teammate to win these races and to get they're a backmarker team. So they're not like a Mercedes or a Ferrari or anything like that. You know, they're like a Williams essentially because they are part of, I think, the Mercedes family in the movie. They just violate all of these rules and regulations to help this backmarker team win a bunch of stuff, and it just doesn't make much sense at all. Especially considering how stringent F1 is with rules. I mean, they recently just came out with a rule that you can't even swear, right? Like these racers can't even swear. To allow them to intentionally crash and say it on the radio and just let them get away with it.
Sonny's off the track! He's gone too far over! Oh, and that's gonna cause damage!
Plan C. Oopsie.
And then the only time they ever get in trouble is because they kind of change the flooring of their car. You're not gonna learn about like why certain drivers go into F1. You're not gonna learn the history of F1. You're not gonna learn about any of the drivers really. They barely make a cameo outside of you seeing them in the film and them racing them. They just kind of are just like set dressing. They just sit in the background. All of that is like quite disappointing as someone that wanted a real F1 film. Fortunately, the racing of it is really cool and that's really fun to watch. I'm just left wondering like why they went with this direction. Is it going to bring non-F1 fans into F1? Possibly, because it does make it look cool. Like when you watch it, like this is a cool sport. It's not nothing like the NFL or the NBA or anything like that. This is a very sort of like insulated sport where only the top of the top are there, and you do kind of get that vibe when you watch it. But outside of that, you're not really getting much from this film. So ultimately, I'm just gonna rate it a 3 out of 5. I think that when I first watched it, I was a little bit hotter on it. I liked it a little bit more, but once I sat on it and I thought about how stupid the premises are and the stuff that they kind of get into and kind of what they focused on in the film, I just didn't. I've moved it down to a 3. I think it ultimately a 3 out of 5. It's a good movie. You can watch it, you'll enjoy it, but don't expect to know like, you know, anything about F1 or why they do certain things or, you know, why a safety car even exists. They don't explain anything like this. So anyways, that's the review.